Dudeism and Going with the Flow, Strikes, Gutters, and the Cosmic Tao. Life's a funny game, man. Sometimes it feels like you're hitting nothing but strikes. The ball's smooth, the pins explode like fireworks. You're king of the league. And then, out of nowhere, whiff, gutter ball. Not because you tried less, not because the lane was out to get you, but just because, well, that's life. Strikes and gutters. Now, a lot of folks panic when they hit a gutter. They think, if I just try harder, stress more, get tighter with the grip, I can force life to play nice. But as any bowler knows, man, the tighter you grip, the uglier the roll. Life is like that. The more you push, the less it flows. That's why Dudeism has a lot in common with the ancient Chinese philosophy of the Tao, spelled T-A-O, pronounced like Tao. The Tao means the way, the natural flow of the universe. The river doesn't fight the rocks, man. It just flows around them. And in time, even the hardest stone gets smoothed out by the water. The Dude, our bathrobe-clad philosopher, shows us this principle in action. He doesn't fight life's chaos. He stumbles through it, sure, but he doesn't let it take him off his path. His rug gets stolen? He doesn't declare war on the world. Nihilists threaten him? He still makes time for a White Russian. He abides. Wu Wei and bowling shoes. Now the Tao has this idea called Wu Wei, effortless action. Sounds fancy, but it's basically this. Don't fight the current, man. Don't push when pushing just makes things worse. Act in harmony with the moment. Think about bowling again. If you overthink, overgrip, try to spin the ball into submission, you're headed for disappointment. But when you relax, trust the lane, and roll natural, the pins practically knock themselves down. That's Wu Wei. That's Dudeism. The Dude doesn't micromanage the universe. He flows with it. But now let's be clear. Going with the flow doesn't mean letting people walk all over you. It's not passivity, man. It's adaptability. The Dude may seem lazy, but he still stands up for himself. He still tries to get his rug back because, hey, it really tied the room together. He doesn't throw punches every time someone messes with him, but he doesn't just surrender his dignity either. Going with the flow means you don't waste your energy fighting things you can't change, but you also don't lose sight of what matters. You still choose how you roll. You just stop trying to control the whole damn bowling alley. Walter, Rules, and the Tao. Now, for contrast, let's talk about Walter. You remember Walter, Vietnam vet, always yelling, always clinging to rules. To Walter, life is league play. Every foul, every foot fault is life or death. And sure, sometimes you need rules. Without them, bowling would just be throwing rocks down a hall. But Walter's problem is, he tries to make every situation into a battlefield. This is not Nam, this is bowling. There are rules. Well, sure, man, but if you live like that, you're clinched 24/7. Life isn't meant to be fought with that kind of tension. You'll bust a gasket. That's why Dudeism reminds us to let go. We're not talking about chaos or apathy. We're talking about balance, knowing when to push and when to step back. Walter teaches us what happens when you can't flow. The Dude teaches us what happens when you can. Real-world applications. So, how do we use this in daily life outside the lanes? 1. Work and stress. Most of us are told to grind, climb ladders, hustle till we drop. But what happens? Burnout, ulcers, unhappiness. Dudeism says, do your work, but don't let it own you. Remember, you're not your job. You're not your title. You're a bowler in the cosmic league. Win some, lose some, but the game isn't worth killing yourself over. 2. Relationships. People will disappoint you, man. They'll say harsh words, ghost you, or maybe even pee on your rug. You can't control them, only yourself. Going with the flow doesn't mean tolerating abuse, but it does mean not letting bitterness consume your life. Like the Tao, move around obstacles instead of ramming your head into them. 3. Loss and change. The Dude teaches us that grief is part of the flow. Donnie's death shows us that. The Dude feels it, man. You can see the weight. But he doesn't get stuck there. Life rolls on, and the best way to honor what's lost is to keep rolling too. 4. Society and politics. The world's full of Walters, people screaming, rigid, trying to force everything into their rules. Dudeism says, don't get caught in all that aggression. That doesn't mean indifference. It means standing for peace and compassion without losing your chill. You don't have to be silent, but you don't have to become Walter either. 5. Self-acceptance. The Tao teaches us a pine tree doesn't try to be an oak. The Dude doesn't try to be a millionaire or a mogul. He's just the Dude. That's the trick. Being yourself unapologetically, without bending to someone else's uptight expectations. Strikes, gutters, and abiding. At the end of the Big Lebowski, nothing is really resolved. The money's gone, the rug is ruined, Donnie's scattered to the winds, but the Dude abides. He's still here, still rolling, still sipping White Russians, and that's the lesson. Life will throw you strikes. Life will throw you gutters. You won't always know why. But if you learn to go with the flow, not by giving up, but by moving with the current instead of against it, you'll find a kind of peace that's better than winning every frame. Because, man, the Tao flows, the Dude abides, and maybe that's the highest truth we can live by. So next time you're rattled, stressed, or lost in the gutters of life, remember, relax your grip, trust the lane, flow with the Tao, abide, and keep rolling. Because the Dude abides, and so can you.